Hello, my name is Bill Haley, and this is part of my 3-minute introduction series into Haley 2024 The Movement's Government Reform Ideas. So this one's not going to go into the reforms of the CRA structure, the Competitive Regulatory Agency structure. This is going to make the current system better and hopefully bring back a lot of the power from the federal government back to the states so the states can do the CRA structure. It's one of the first steps to make it happen. So all 12 of these will help that to happen. There's a lot. The federal government is too ingrained, intertwined with too much for a state to go to a full CRA structure or even partially. So this is a step to take a step back. So I'm doing a 3-minute introduction to all of them. This is the fourth one. So let's read it. Congress's power to regulate commerce is limited to laws restricting the states from enforcing state laws that dissuade commerce across state lines. This restriction is overruled by 70% of the states passing with supermajorities within their states requesting the federal law. So that's the end of it. My notes. This would repeal all federal laws and regulations that are outside of this very, very narrow definition. And if you want to exclude military, you can. But this is they cannot regulate anymore. Regulations belong to the states. And one of the best things in our Constitution is that states cannot have trade wars with other states. Wyoming, California, New York, they can't have trade wars with each other and put tariffs up or subsidies and all that stuff, doing trade wars between the different states. Very good that we don't. So that's why it's limited to restricting states from enforcing state laws that dissuade commerce across state lines. That's what the Commerce Clauses should have been, and probably still was, because we did not start regulating until well over 100 years after the Constitution was put into place. So the federal government didn't do the regulations, the states did. So we need to go back to where it was. And if you don't want to accept that's where it was, then that's fine. Let's do an amendment to say that's where we should be. And this does that. The 70% threshold ensures that only when it's completely necessary will the federal government need to step in. So the states can still pass the control back up to the federal government when totally necessary. So, and I do a supermajorities, 60-70% within each state of the 70 states. So what's 70%? What is that? 38 states or something like that? We'll have to do this, maybe 70, I don't know. Anyway, 38 to 40 states have to do this at like a 70% margin for their state legislative branch. Anyway, it's one idea that hopefully will help push back on federal control and bring that control back to the states. And if the states want to have a lot of cooperations with other states to do things together, they can do that. They can, Virginia and California or North Carolina, they can join together and say, let's have similar regulations so so it's more conducive to trade. We can do that. But the federal government should not be doing it across the board. Thanks a lot. Keep on looking around.